Look, Nisha's not your only mate, you know.
Yeah, well, it just isn't fair. All that time in the supermarket, and I helped to keep it a secret from her parents. Now she won't even come round. I don't get a chance to give my side of things, and I know she blames me.
Well, she's wrong then, isn't she?
This isn't working.
You're going to put a hole in that, you soft girl.
Started off as a nice card anyway.
Oh, look, Sam, it doesn't matter. It's being there that counts. Turning up like you did today.
Look, I'm sorry.
Hey, you did great. I mean, if my Alpha had been there, he'd have made the right pills of it.
I got dead ratty, though.
Well, you're only worrying about the inquest, that's all.
I know. What if we get the blame? Ronnie, Nisha and me. And Cav, his parents, they're going to be there. And we'll have to face them.
It's a one-off. And when it's over, that'll be it. We can all forget about it.
I've still got to go through it, though. Owen, I'm scared.
Well, hey, don't be scared, all right? There's only 2 people to blame for that crash, and that's that Cav and Tony.
Oh, they're dead, though.
It makes no difference. And once it's all over, we can forget about it.
No. Not if it makes things worse between Nisha and her parents. Then she'll never forgive me.
Hey, look. If it's that bad, just look at me in the court.
Howard, they'll all look at you. They'll all look at you and think it's my fault. All those strangers, all my mates. They'll all think it's my fault.
Sammy?
Yeah?
What have you done with the clothes brush?
It's on the dressing table.
You know, this coat's covered in bits. This thing's useless. What are you doing, Sam?
I was just going to give my shoes a rub over.
Oh, they look fine. Look, do us a favour, Sam. Will you brush me down? I thought Katie would be messing with this jacket.
How should I know?
Hey!
Well, I don't.
It'll soon be over, love.
I dread it, Mum. I feel like running a mile.
Oh, look, you'll be all right. I know you will. Look, all you have to do is tell the truth. Just answer the questions. Do you fancy a quick drink? Oh, we've got time.
No, thanks.
Sam, you'll be all right. Oh, there's Nisha.
All right. Hi.
You all right, love?
Have you seen Owen? No. Oh, I hope Ronnie isn't bunking out on us.
Well, how can she? She's got to be here, Sam. Do you want a coffee, Nish? No, thanks. Sam?
No.
Look, I'll just get one.
I thought you was being round to see me. I've been busy. I hardly go out these days. I haven't been able to sleep, just wondering what I'll say. Look, it's got nothing to do with us. We just went with them. We didn't know the car was knockoff. Yeah, but you and Owen weren't going to go, remember? I said I wouldn't go unless you two did. Don't be soft. We went together. Yeah, well, I don't blame you and Owen, that's all. No, the only one to blame is Ronnie. It was her idea the night out. She got us into this.
I just wanted to tell you, he wasn't a bad lad, my Franny. Franny Kavanagh and his mum.
Hello.
I was just saying, my lad wasn't all bad. He was just mad about cars. I always wished he could have afforded one of his own, but oh, you know what they're like at that age when they've got the girls egging them on.
We didn't egg him on, did we?
Just saying, it wasn't all his fault.
Look, I don't think we should be talking about this out here.
He was a good lad to me. Oh, I know he wasn't perfect. He was my only son. Oh, God, I miss him. Why did you never get in that car, eh?
Look, you shouldn't have spoken to her.
She spoke to us.
Look, I know she's upset. She's bound to be. But you have got to go in there and you've got to tell the truth, no matter who's upset. That's both of you.
Martha, she's really upset. She thinks it wasn't Cav's fault.
Yeah, well, don't take any notice of her. It's his fault I'm stuck in this.
Can't help feeling sorry for her, though.
Look, if he'd have slowed down or stopped like we said, none of this would have happened and I wouldn't be stuck in this thing, would I? He was a nutcase, him. Oh, look out, there she is.
I didn't think you were coming.
I overslept.
You're leaving it a bit late, aren't you?
We ran to Pete's so late. There you're wasting me for setting up cabin. What time did you leave?
Just after you.
Don't be too hard on him, love.
What was that all about? Is that?
She's really cut up about it.
God, it's awful.
Miss Buttrap, can you please tell us what happened after Mr. Kavanagh and Mr. Hampson had replaced the punctured tyre?
I can't really remember.
Well, let me remind you. Your statement says Mr. Kavanagh was laughing and swerving the car from side to side. Is that correct?
It was a long time ago.
Would you please speak up, Miss Buttrap?
I can't.
Would a glass of water help? In the circumstances, D.C. Carter, I think we'll stand Miss Buttrap down if you could do. Veronica Williams. You are Veronica Williams, 17 years. You live at 24 Skeffington Court, Manor Park?
Yes.
Please read the oath.
I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Now, Miss Williams, were you aware that the car had been stolen?
Not until the police started chasing us.
Mr. Kavanagh admitted it.
I can't remember who it was.
How was Mr. Kavanagh driving the vehicle at the time the police gave chase?
How?
Yes, was he driving very fast? Was he driving erratically?
No. Not really. Oh, well, perhaps a bit fast, like.
I see. And did anyone protest at his speed? Anyone in the car?
Can't remember.
That's not right.
Well, did the speed increase when you became aware of the patrol car following?
Oh, it did then, yeah. It was their fault.
We've heard the police evidence, Miss Williams.
Yeah, but they just kept coming at us faster and faster. They didn't care. It was their fault.
We are not here to find fault, Miss Williams, just to determine the cause of death. Now, did anyone ask Mr. Kavanagh to slow down or stop at this point?
I don't know. It's all a bit hazy, you know.
Just give yourself time.
I can't remember.
Miss Rogers, did you at any time, before the police gave chase and Mr. Kavanagh admitted it, suspect that this vehicle was stolen?
Well, not until my boyfriend, Owen Daniels, asked Cav, Mr. Kavanagh.
Mm-hmm. What did he reply?
Well, he said it was his brother's mate's car.
Did you believe him?
We had to, really.
Did you and Mr. Daniels share your suspicions with Miss Buttrap and Miss Williams?
Well, they heard, yeah. Owen said we could just walk away if we weren't happy.
What were their reactions?
Well, Nisha wanted to stay with me and Owen, whatever we did.
What about Miss Williams?
Well, she set it up for us to go out with them.
Because she was seeing Mr. Kavanagh at the time?
Yeah.
What was her reaction to your boyfriend's suggestion that you walked away?
She said we were being stupid.
I see. Now, I would like to ask you about Mr. Kavanagh's driving before the police patrol car turned up. How would you describe it?
Dangerous.
He wasn't dangerous.
Dangerous in what way?
Well, he was driving fast around corners and swerving it from side to side.
Why should he do that, do you think?
show off, probably.
To show off? To show off to whom?
Ronnie, Miss Williams.
And to sum up, Miss Rogers, how would you describe Mr. Kavanaugh's driving as the police car gave chase? I know this is upsetting for some, Miss Rogers, but will you please answer?
He was driving like a maniac.
Thank you, Miss Rogers. You may stand down.
It had to be said, Sam.
Furthermore, Mr. Kavanagh and Mr. Hampson each had convictions for taking and driving away motor vehicles. Indeed, this wasn't the first time they'd been involved in a high-speed chase. However, this apart, our purpose is to determine the reasons for their deaths. Now, it seems to me plain from the evidence that Mr. Kavanagh was intent on showing off his driving skills to his young girlfriend. Alas, this led him into a reckless attempt to outmaneuver a police patrol car. Now, bearing in mind the evidence we have heard, I shall now ask you, the jury, to retire to consider your verdict. I will also remind you of the verdicts you can consider in this case. The first is accidental death. The second is unlawful killing. And the last is an open verdict. Now, are you clear about the verdicts? Very well, then you may retire now. Foreman of the jury, have you reached your verdict?
We have.
What is it?
Accidental death.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. But before I close this inquest, let me say this. All too often, this court has to listen to the tragic consequences of joyriding. Now, why is this so? Just a few years ago, this offense was far from commonplace. Now, it is a frequent occurrence. And almost every case involves young people. I ask myself whether, in such cases, the parents should have taken greater care. Now, whilst expressing my sympathy to the bereaved, I feel I must say that we cannot blame it on spontaneous devilment alone. Some blame must be attached to the parents for their lack of control of their children and for their lack of guidance. And I hope the parents of these young people here today will think hard on what I have said. You may go.
Where's your mum, Sammy?
She's gone to phone me dad. You can drop you off if you want.
Oh, sound.
I hope you're pleased with yourself. What did you have to go and do that for, eh?
Do what?
Oh, don't come that with me. Who do you think you are? Making out it was all my fault.
I just told the truth, that's all.
Oh, is that the truth, is it? Miss Williams did this, Miss Williams did that.
Hey, you. Don't you talk to her like that, you. You had your chance and all, but you chose to forget it, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, just like them busies happen to forget what really happened.
We knew they played by the book. They always do. At least I did anyway.
Oh, look, just shut up, will you, Owen? I'm not even talking to you.
Hey, I was there, remember?
Why didn't you just do like me and Nisha did, eh? If you forget stuff, you're not blaming anyone.
She's right, you know, Sammy.
I don't believe this. You had your chance. Why didn't you use it?
Because it was upsetting his mother. Ronnie did the right thing.
Oh, what? Telling lies?
No, just saving his mother the upset of it all. You two sitting there whispering, saying Ronnie was lying while his poor mother sat there crying.
Oh, for God's sake. You're supposed to tell the truth. And that's just what Sammy did.
Oh, yeah. Calling Cav a maniac in front of his man.
Well, that's what he was.
Just move, please.
Thank you.
Hey, Ronnie. If that soft-get Kavanagh had done what he was told, none of this would have happened, all right? And I wouldn't be stuck in this thing.
Owen. Oh, that's terrible, that.
No, that's right. I had to tell the truth. We both had to.
Calling Nish.
Yeah.
So sweet.
I just told the truth.
I know you did.